I was born January 4th, 1915, in the middle of the World War. My father was a soldier and he didn't see me before I was 4 years old. Uh, Oberramstadt was a small village of 7,000 people. 71 Jewish people lived there. And there was no difference between our religion or the people. And we kids, we mixed with everyone else in the neighborhood. We played in the neighborhood. We went to school in the neighborhood. My father had a butcher shop there, and the only butcher shop who sold meat. All the other butcher shops had pork and stuff. First there was a gymnastic, and then I started a little bit in running and jumping, and this ended pretty soon too. So I went to Darmstadt. There was a Jewish sports club, Schild Darmstadt. We competed every Sunday against other Jewish sports clubs. And in every city, I visited every city except Hamburg. I was never in Hamburg. So after the Americans were on board of the Queen Mary to go to Germany to participate in the Olympics, they said, well, Jewish people cannot participate for Germany. And that was it. It was the way of life. We continued till the 38th when they closed down everything. This was in 35, in June in 35, when I went to the Olympic tryouts. Bielefeld was bombed out, and they needed workers in Bielefeld. So they transferred us to Bielefeld, and we had to take the rest of the bombed out houses down. That's what we did. Before we built air raid shelters, then we had to take out the rest of the city what was bombed out. That lasted till about, I think, March the 3rd of 43, when they arrested us all again. I mean, we were there, we didn't go anyplace, and transported us to Auschwitz. Little did we know what was in front of us, what happened, because it was, nobody came back. We knew what was going on. You see the dead bodies around you all the time, or people you know, they jump to the electric fence and get electrocuted. You see them getting shot every day when we march to work. And the people, they just got tired of it, they jumped out of the marching order and they shot them. In January, the Russians came close by. We heard shooting all night long. They marched us out of the camp, and January the 12th, snowing, cold, and we marched and marched. We had to pull the wagons for the guards where they had all their clothes and their stuff in. And we marched there for, I think, a couple of days, day or night. If somebody died, they put them on a cart. If they had enough people, they put them on the side, put gasoline over and burn them up. See? So we finally came to Gleibitz, and then they put us in railroad cars to Buchenwald. And then the Americans came from the south. They put us 5,000 people in cattle cars to Dachau. So they couldn't go anymore from Buchenwald to Dachau. We went from Buchenwald to Czechoslovakia, down to Austria, and back to Germany again to Buchenwald. And I was shot there, and I have no memory about Dachau, except when I woke up, I was in bed. And I stayed there. The Americans took care of my wound on my left leg, and I stayed there till November. These kids that took, at their free time, they did some research on Oberramstadt. The history of Oberramstadt is very old. It's a very old history. And so they came across on their research about the Jewish people and what happened to the Jewish people. So they have for years already, on the 27th of January, a memory of the liberation of Auschwitz by the Russians. So there came of course, myself, my brother, the whole family, and I figured out maybe we can honor them or somewhere show that we appreciate them now. The kids that don't know anything about it. They might know about Hitler's regime and everything, but what happened actually, because nobody wants to talk about it. See? And there, like the professor asked, he said, the kids are very anxious to ask you questions, and now we'll answer them. So how it works out, I don't know. It might be a step in the right direction, but who knows? I don't know all these people. They're strange to me. I'm strange to them. But they seem to be very interested in what happened in the 40s. At least they're interested to know. That's a big deal already, see.